In their unending quest to help us understand the history of the world around us, archaeologists in recent years unearthed discoveries that range from the bizarre to the downright chilling. From a suspected necromancer's portal to the underworld to a 17th century vampire child, here are the 15 most shocking archaeological discoveries that have shaken not only nerds, but the whole world. Let's start with number 15. A necromancer's portal to the underworld. It may sound like a completely fabricated story from a horror novel, but the discovery made by Israeli researchers in the Judean hills is both chilling and fascinating. Deep within a cave, archaeologists found eerie evidence of what could be ritual magic tied with necromancy. Human skulls were carefully arranged in unsettling patterns, positioned near oil lamps, daggers, and axe heads. This unusual scene suggests that the cave was once used for dark rituals, possibly invoking the spirits of the dead. In ancient times, caves were believed to be portals to the underworld, places where the living could communicate with the deceased. The tools found near the skulls, daggers, axes, and coins, are thought to be necromancers' instruments, meant for summoning or controlling spirits. The discovery of 120 coins, gold, silver, and bronze, adds to the mystery, hinting at the possibility of a cult-like following using the cave for rituals. This eerie find sheds light on ancient beliefs about life, death, and what we call today the supernatural. Number 14. A 17th century vampire child. Well, there is nothing more eerie than the discovery of a 17th century vampire child in a Polish graveyard. Archaeologists recently unearthed the skeletal remains of this young child, buried face down with a triangular padlock securely fastened around its ankle. While it might sound like a scene from a Halloween movie, it's actually a real-life find that dates back to Europe's bizarre anti-vampire burial customs. During the 14th to 17th centuries, Europeans were convinced that vampires could rise from the grave and cause havoc. So, to prevent this nightmare, they took some rather extreme measures, like burying bodies face down, staking them, and even locking their limbs to ensure they stayed put. It is one of the most shocking examples of how seriously people feared the undead. But the question is, did vampires really exist at that time? Or was it just a cruel superstition? Well, let's drop your theory below. Now let's head over to number 13, the strange ritual chariot. Archaeologists in Pompeii uncovered a stunning find, a four-wheeled ritual chariot adorned with intricate iron, copper, and tin decorations. This wasn't your average mode of transportation. This chariot was crafted for festivals, processions, and religious ceremonies, essentially the ancient Roman equivalent of rolling up to an event in a decked-out limousine. Found in a villa just outside Pompeii, the discovery was made near the remains of 3 horses, one still harnessed, hinting at its ceremonial use. The chariot's craftsmanship is exceptional, with delicate carvings and ornate designs reflecting its sacred purpose. Massimo Ossana, director of the Pompeii Archaeological Park, emphasized its cultural importance, calling it a window into ancient Roman life and religion. Its preservation, thanks to volcanic ash from Mount Vesuvius, has allowed researchers to study it in remarkable detail. This chariot isn't just a relic. It's a story of celebration, spirituality, and craftsmanship in the ancient world. Number 12. 16,000-year-old cave treasure. Deep in La Garma Cave, Spain lies a treasure trove of human history. Discovered in 1995, the cave holds remnants of the Magdalenian civilization, dating back 16,000 years. What's amazing is how perfectly preserved it all is. No excavation needed. Inside, researchers found ancient tools, animal bones, and even a hearth used for cooking and warmth. Among the bones was a toe bone from a cave lion, sparking theories about human involvement in the extinction of this majestic species. The walls of the cave tell their own story, with over 500 paintings of animals and abstract symbols, some still vividly colored. Artifacts like harpoons, pendants, and torches reveal the resourcefulness of these early humans. Archaeologists have recorded over 4,600 items, offering a rare glimpse into life during this period. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, La Garma is a time capsule of human evolution, preserving 300,000 years of history under its rocky embrace. Number 11. 500-year-old sacrificial creatures. In Peru, archaeologists excavated a sacrificial cemetery belonging to the Inca civilization, where animals killed 500 years ago still appear eerily fresh. Thanks to the dry climate, the dromedary camels and guinea pigs buried here have been naturally mummified, with their white fur and vibrant decorations remarkably intact. These creatures were part of a ritual known as Lama, believed to ensure good harvests. The cemetery, located in Tambo Viejo, shows evidence of gruesome practices. Many animals were decapitated, with their heads and bodies buried separately. When camels were in short supply, guinea pigs were dressed up as stand-ins. Unlike other Inca sacrificial sites, the preservation here is extraordinary, offering insights into their rituals and climate impact. This discovery highlights the lengths ancient civilizations went to appease their gods, blending beauty and brutality in their quest for agricultural success. Number 10. 2,000-year-old golden tomb. While constructing a railway station in Xinjiang, China, workers stumbled upon a tomb filled with treasures from the spring and autumn period, 771–476 BC. Among the finds was a 1-ton golden lion plaque, intricately carved and awe-inspiring. Dubbed the Golden Tomb, the site also contained gold tigers, flowers, and beads, over 200 items in total, all reflecting the wealth and craftsmanship of the nomadic cultures buried there. The tomb, lined with cobblestones and measuring over 7 meters deep, offers a glimpse into ancient burial practices. One standout artifact was lacquerware, which settled debates about China's ability to produce such items during this period. Despite its riches, much about the tomb remains hidden, as excavation results have not been fully released. This treasure trove continues to intrigue archaeologists, highlighting the opulence of ancient Chinese nomads and their unique contributions to history. Number 9. Treasure engraved with the names of wind gods. In 2016, a groundwater extraction project in central Java, Indonesia, revealed a mysterious stone box containing 22 small gold pieces, each engraved with an ancient Javanese script naming Hindu wind gods. Believed to date back to the 8th century, the treasure was buried among temple ruins, pointing to the site's religious significance. The gold pieces, weighing around 18 carats each, weren't the only artifacts unearthed. The area also yielded statues and remnants of a Hindu or Buddhist temple, including a 9th century statue of Mahakala. Experts believe the box was part of a ritual offering, emphasizing the importance of wind gods in ancient Hinduism. This find adds another chapter to Indonesia's rich spiritual history, blending mythology, artistry, and faith into one captivating discovery. Number 8. Giant human bones over 5,000 years old. In Shandong, China, archaeologists uncovered the remains of a Neolithic civilization, including unusually tall individuals. One man stood over 1.9 meters, towering over his contemporaries. These giants lived along the Yellow River 4,500–5,000 years ago, but their remains also show evidence of violence. Damaged skulls and leg bones suggest power struggles among the elite. The excavation site revealed much more than bones. Archaeologists found pottery, jade artifacts, and traces of 104 houses, 205 tombs, and 20 sacrificial pits. These discoveries shed light on a once thriving society, rich in culture and conflict. While questions remain about their daily lives and tall stature, these finds continue to offer glimpses into a fascinating, long-lost chapter of human history. Number 7. Fossils of a giant bird. In the 1980s, paleontologists in Antarctica unearthed fossils belonging to a bird so massive it could outsize today's largest flyers. The Pelagornithid, part of an extinct bird family, had a wingspan stretching up to 20 feet, twice the size of the wandering albatross. These so-called toothed birds didn't have actual teeth, but sharp, tooth-like projections on their jawbones. Perfect for grabbing squid and fish, these projections gave the Pelagornithid a fearsome reputation in the ancient skies. These fossils date back 50 million years, placing them just after life began recovering from the mass extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs. Remarkably, these birds thrived for 60 million years before climate shifts, and the Ice Age brought their reign to an end. Excavated on Seymour Island, their fossils were reanalyzed decades later, revealing they were older than originally thought. This discovery showcases not just their dominance, but how much we still have to learn about prehistoric life. Number 6. 2,400-year-old leather made from human skin. Archaeologists in Ukraine made a grim discovery while analyzing artifacts from ancient Scythian tombs, 2 leather items made from human skin. Among the burial goods from 2,400 years ago were a quiver and arrow case, likely crafted as symbols of dominance. The Scythians, known for their ruthless headhunting practices, didn't stop at collecting trophies. They turned their victims into everyday accessories. Greek historian Herodotus wrote of these warriors skinning their enemies and using the materials to decorate reins and arrow cases, a claim now proven chillingly accurate. Of the 45 leather samples analyzed, most came from animals like sheep and cattle, but 2 were unmistakably human. This practice may have symbolized power or served as intimidation, but it also highlights the Scythians' brutality during their golden age. For nerds, these artifacts are equal parts horrifying and historically invaluable, shedding light on a culture that thrived on fear and strength. Number 5. 3,500-year-old axe found. In what can only be described as the find of a lifetime, a 3,500-year-old axe head was uncovered by a metal detector enthusiast in a farmer's field. This Bronze Age relic, perfectly preserved, dates back to 1500 BC and likely belonged to someone of high status. Its design and craftsmanship suggest it wasn't just a tool, but a symbol of power or ceremonial importance. The discovery site hints at a larger historical significance, possibly a trade hub or a place of ritual gatherings. The axe adds to the growing evidence of complex societies during the Bronze Age, where tools and weapons carried both practical and symbolic weight. For archaeologists, it's not just about the artifact, but the story it tells, of ancient craftsmanship, community, and the evolving relationship between humans and technology. A single find like this has the power to deepen our understanding of an entire era. Number 4. An ancient tomb protected by 3,000 swords. In Suzhou, China, the ancient tomb of King Wu of Yue remains untouched beneath a lake, fiercely guarded by legend, and 3,000 swords. Built around 514 BC, the tomb was crafted by millions of laborers and sealed so securely that even emperors and modern experts have failed to uncover its secrets. King Wu's son ensured that divine-quality swords were buried with his father, a tribute to the king's love for weaponry. Historical records say droughts briefly exposed the tomb in 1512, and a 20th century excavation found inscriptions confirming its existence. But massive stone slabs thought to protect the treasures within were deemed too dangerous to remove, as they risked collapsing the iconic pagoda above. Despite countless efforts over centuries, the swords, and whatever else might lie inside, remain hidden. It's a tantalizing mystery, sparking theories and tempting archaeologists. but the tomb of King Wu still holds its secrets. Number 3. Bronze Age axes. In a quiet Polish forest, archaeologists stumbled upon 5 Bronze Age axes that had been waiting over 3,500 years to tell their story. These aren't your average tools. They belong to the Tuskia type, known for their sleek, crescent-shaped blades and slender necks. These were either cutting-edge, pun intended, tools for chopping wood or ceremonial symbols of power, but why they were buried in the middle of nowhere is still a head-scratcher. Adding to the mystery, researchers also found a 2,000-year-old fibula, a fancy ancient pin for fastening clothes nearby. The excellent preservation of these artifacts has experts buzzing, but they can't yet explain why they were left behind in a seemingly random forest. A hidden stash? A forgotten offering? Well, whatever the reason, these axes are not just tools, but a time capsule from an age when craftsmanship was as much about skill as it was about culture. More digging might just reveal the full story. Number 2. 2,000-year-old Roman shrine. When Mount Vesuvius buried Pompeii in volcanic ash, it froze time, and this Roman shrine is proof of that. Recently unearthed, this 2,000-year-old lararium is a masterpiece of preservation. Painted in vivid red, its walls are decorated with stunning illustrations of a lush garden filled with trees, birds, and even snakes. There's also a bizarre image of a man with a dog's head, likely a Roman nod to the Egyptian god Anubis. This shrine wasn't just decoration. It was a sacred spot where rich Roman families made offerings to their gods. The details are extraordinary. Peacocks seemingly strut along the walls, giving an illusion of life, and the artwork reflects the opulence of a family who lived large. Experts call this a miracle of preservation, with the ash acting like a protective blanket. It's more than a relic. It's a glimpse into the beliefs, artistry, and daily life of ancient Pompeii, frozen in time. Number 1. 5,000-year-old whale fossil. Off the coast of Thailand, researchers made a once-in-a-lifetime discovery: the 5,000-year-old fossil of a bride's whale. Stretching 12 meters long, the skeleton includes a massive skull, vertebrae, and even a shoulder blade, all astonishingly intact. It's not every day you find a prehistoric giant that can still teach you about its ancient life. But it's not just the whale that's fascinating. Surrounding it were fossils of clams, crabs, and shark teeth, offering a snapshot of a thriving ecosystem from thousands of years ago. Researchers are excited to carbon date the remains, hoping to uncover how this ancient bride's whale lived and how it compares to its modern relatives. What's wild is that tectonic shifts raised this region 4 meters above sea level, turning an ancient seabed into dry land. This fossil isn't just a scientific jackpot. It's a reminder of how Earth's landscapes and life itself keep evolving. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.